When this season started, I went over all of the characters that I thought were gonna be like the meta picks, the best of the best, the characters you should definitely play. And now I want to do that again, kind of, but with the characters that have actually shown to be really, really good this season. And I'm also going to mention the characters that are best in role right now. There's about 12 days as of recording this till the season ends. So, uh, let's hope you watch this, and let's hope that these characters stay strong next season. Starting us off, we got Venom. Venom is wow, Venom's just a good tank this season. He's definitely one of the better tanks and definitely the best dive tank. And while both of his teams are very good, I personally prefer the Phoenix team up, since when you're in a group of enemies, you do damage to all of them at once. It's just, and you can whip your camera around, kind of like Mr. Fantastic. And even though the Blade team up is like better for just surviving overall, the Phoenix team up just allows him to do a lot more burst damage really easily. And you can kind of combo it with your ults. You can do like... And a lot of times in an actual game, that won't actually eliminate because they can heal. But you can kind of just, use your team up ability right after and just hit them all. Since they're all going to be anti-healed, and they're all probably going to be like low HP, you can kind of just, slash through them. See how you can kind of whip your camera? Really good for hitting a lot of targets. Venom is definitely one of the biggest winners. Next up, we got Magneto. And Magneto. His two teams are both really good since they give him a lot more burst damage. And if you know basic Mag, kind of feels a little boring sometimes, And I think overall, the Emma team up is the better of the two, for upgraded versions specifically. But even unupgraded, like you just do so much damage, and you have double bubble, because you can bubble your clone and then bubble yourself. Like, Mag is just really strong just because of his ability to basically get another tank on your team. Like this clone has all the HP, and if you have an Emma, it does not go away until you recall it or it gets destroyed. So basically, you're triple tanking if you have an Emma and Mag on your team. Like, Mag got a lot stronger. He was always good, but he's like really good now. Continuing the trend of me being correct from the first video this season, Penny's here. And I was completely correct by the power of double nests. Because, like, the amount of space you can just cover with your nest. Like, look at all of this. Look at all this space that my nests cover. Like, sure, the BC team-up is usable, but still in a situation where it's bugged out, to where it still does less damage when you use it. So like, this team up is kind of the only good one you can use for Penny. But I was very correct for Penny as well. But she's still only good on certain maps, it definitely feels like. Now we get to Emma, who probably, one of the best anti-dive tanks in the game aside from Thing. And, I think the Mantis team up is the winner of it too. Because her E's always been a decent ability, but it's always been underrated. But it just does so much damage, and the fact that it can now be used for survivability, and considering previously Emma's only survivability was her diamond form, I mean, look at that. I just do all of his health in like a second by hitting that E. It's she got much better too. Like, so many tanks got a lot better, and I think Emma is one of the better ones. Now, for the 5th tank, I was kind of split between talking about Tank Pool and the Thing. And the reason I think I chose Tank Pool was kind of because he used to be like the best tank in the game, then they nerfed his damage. And what the Hela team up does is it gives him all that damage back. Now, the Hela team up gives him more damage, a piercing bullet. It's a little weird to aim because it kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird to aim sometimes. There, right there. It's a piercing bullet, but it kind of like deflects when you pierce it, so it's weird. I don't know. But it just gives him all that original damage back. And so like he just does so much damage so easily. Like, definitely use the Gambit team up early game, but the moment like you get enough like 3 upgrades, swap to the Hela team up just because you get so much more damage. And that's kind of true for all the Deadpools, but I wanted to talk about Tankpool because I think he's the best of the 3 this season. And finally, we have the tank that I believe is best in role, and that has to go to Magneto. I genuinely think Magneto is the strongest tank this season. He has so much more burst damage, and he basically pairs well with every tank because of his bubbles. Like, he pairs well with Venom, Cap, and Angela because he can assist them with their dive. He's a frontline tank, so he pairs well with Strange and Emma. He pairs well with the Brawl tanks because he can hold the front line and give them bubbles to help them survive. He literally pairs with every tank. It's actually insane. And not to mention his ultimate just straight up just counters support ults. Like, there's not really any other tank that counters support ults. He's kind of the only one, and I just think he is the best tank. Alright, another character who I was very correct about on my original tier list, or I guess not tier list, kind of list. Punisher, who I think the Infinite Ammo team up is definitely the better of the 2. There was kind of no way to make a team up equal to the Infinite Ammo team up, although they definitely did a decent job with the Daredevil one. You just get like so much more damage. Like, you just absolutely shred through HP. It's like genuinely insane, even without a rocket. Giving any character an increased fire rate and not like any sort of repercussion is always terrifying, especially when it's a character who works so well at like mid to long range, like Punisher. Like, the only other characters who really got a fire rate boost that I can think of off the top of my head here are Penny and Hulk. And the thing is with Hulk, you pretty much only get 3 extra punches. Oh wait, you also get it with Thing. And Thing is very powerful too. And Penny's is still bugged. So like Punisher, like with increased fire rate, is one of those characters that is so strong. And the thing is, I don't see him being played at all in low ranks. I don't see people taking advantage of him, even though he's like insane. Like, he is insane. Play him. He's really easy to pick up because all you need is aim. And you kind of just shred through everything. Now we move on to a character who when I originally saw the Storm team up, I didn't think it would be much of a deal. You know, I thought, oh, okay, it's another thing. I think BP is going to be A tier. If you know what you're doing, you physically can't react. Like, there's no reaction to the BP team up in a combo if you know what you're doing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I still, like, I almost did it, but, like, you get the point. Alright, now we have another character that I think I undervalued at first. Psylocke. And day one Psylocke, she was absolutely the best in role. They nerfed her in the emergency patch immediately, so you kind of already know she's not best in role, but she's still like a solid S tier or A tier. I think she's A tier, but like she's insane still, because you still do so much burst damage. Like, holy. It's still, like, crazy how much damage you can do. Like, similar to BP, there's been some games where I'm just run over completely by a Psylocke. And the thing is, the team up gets activated by her passive, where, like, when you, like, attack an enemy and deal damage, the cooldown is reduced. That's, like, literally, look at that. It's a 20 seconds. Like, I get it back so much faster than 20 seconds because I'm doing damage. Like, it's actually insane. Like, Psylocke was absolutely the best DPS on day one, and I still think she's insane now. Now, there's a trend kind of starting to happen where I feel like I was wrong about a lot of the DPS I talked about and undervalued a lot. Wolverine is another clear example of that. The thing is with the Cyclops team up, the reason you don't use it is because it got nerfed. And like, for Wolverine, like normally you can like grab someone and you take them about 10 meters or like 10 or 12 meters about. You're out of your league, but like, with the Gambit team up, I think it's like, you take him like an extra 5 meters. And like 5 meters is like a lot if you think about it. And also it just gives you like extra damage. It gives you jump boost, speed boost, like faster attack speed, I think. And if you have it upgraded, heals you. It heals. It's literally just a pocket Gambit ult if you have a Gambit on your team. Like, look at, like, Wolverine is terrifying. Like, he's actually terrifying because of the Gambit team up. He just does so much more damage. Like, he moves so much faster, and like, he just moves. When Wolverine has good movement, it is not fun to play tank into him. We saw this with the Cyclops team up when it was at its peak last season, and we're seeing this now, where Wolverine just yoinks you, like, insanely far. Wolverine was one of, I did not see the potential for Wolverine, but I see it now, and he is so good, genuinely. Moving on to the only other DPS who I was correct about in my initial assessment, Elsa. And I think overall, I prefer using the Deadpool team up unless I'm going against Dive. Then the Dino team up is better. But about, like, just about every other team comp, I think the Deadpool one is better, because like when you max it out the meter now, it has 4 bars of meter, and so that gives you a 3-second cooldown on her dash, which is better than it was last season. But with a Dino team up, it's a 5-second still because they nerfed it like at 3 bars. But like, if you have the Dino team up, you're just the best anti-dive DPS generally. You're better than Namor at anti-dive, which is crazy, because you just like put your trap down, it's got the big radius, they can't do anything. But I personally think the Deadpool team up is better most of the time, because just more damage, more overhealth. Like, you basically are always at 325 with the Deadpool team up. Like, literally always 325. Like, it's just, both team-ups are genuinely insane. Like, they're both really good for the character. But I do prefer the Deadpool team-up most times. And for our best in role of DPS, I think it has to go to Elsa. Like, she's really good into dive. Like, she's a great dive counter. She gets so much overhealth with the Deadpool team up. I honestly just think she is the best DPS. It was very close between Elsa and Punisher, but I think Elsa is the better of the two because she just does so much damage with the Deadpool team up. She's an amazing anti-dive with the Dino team up, and it's just, both team-ups are genuinely great. This character, I think, is definitely getting nerfed. Hello, guys. Intermission Pool here. Here to tell you to subscribe. And also, to apologize for last time. You know, when I kind of said some certain stuff that I apparently can't say because it's breach of contract. Hell, I don't even get paid for this. I don't get paid for this. I'm doing this because the freaking court mandated the stuff. I don't even know what it's called at this point. I don't care enough to deal with that. But I have to do this, as I guess it's called community service, I think it is. So yeah, subscribe. I think at 10,000 I'll be able to leave this finally. Screw Crow, honestly. He's not. He's got some work to do, honestly. But subscribe so he can get better and so I can leave this. Back to the video. Now, for the first up for the supports, we got Loki. And, when I first made, that video, I thought that Loki was genuinely gonna be, like, top 3 supports this season. And, I was wrong. People can be wrong sometimes, especially me, but I don't think he's a bad support. I think he's definitely very good, especially at, like, high ranks, because his runes, this damage boost, I think this damage boost is genuinely crazy, especially paired with other characters, a lot of other characters. Like, pairing ultimates with that, it's so easy, you get so much value, genuinely. I did think he was going to be better than he is. I did think that. But he's definitely still good. Definitely. And I'm pretty sure, I don't see a nerf coming for him next season. So if you have not picked him up, I would suggest playing him. But don't use the Hela team up, because most of the time, you're kind of griefing your own team with that team up. Alright, now Mantis. And Mantis, she's very good. Very, very good. Now, in my original video at the start of the season, I didn't talk about any of the triple support pieces. But I felt like I could have, definitely. And the reason, Mantis is always... Okay, so Mantis, consistently, she's always been one of the best supports, but she's also been one of the hardest. Because she has such limited healing. But the changes they did to Mantis, they're very good changes. Both her team-ups, honestly. It kind of depends on what comp you're running. In 2 support comp, you basically always want to run Star-Lord, because it lets your leaves heal multiple people at the same time. But in triple support, you run Adam, because it gives you a res, it gives you a second life, and that's a lot more useful. But most of the time you will be in a 2 support comp, so a lot of times you are using Star-Lord, but the Star-Lord one is just really good, because it just gives you so much more healing. Like, Mantis. Ooh, Mantis is good. Really good. Really, really good. She probably is going to get nerfed, honestly. Alright, now we got, I think one of the most complained about supports this season, it feels like. One of the supports that's gotten the most complaints from the community. Cloak and Dagger, and I think you guys already know the reason. It's the stupid freeze. It's the stupid freeze. Even I hate this thing, and I'm almost lorded her this season, because she's genuinely insane. Like, she's just got so much escape tools now. She can bubble herself, and the burst healing and the insane amount of healing this gives. Then she can fade, make you immortal, and literally, you physically can't get hit by anything. And then you can freeze. You're CC immune, you can't take any damage, and you heal yourself and your team all at once. One of Cloak and Dagger's biggest issues, I think, was, Namor ult and Mag ult in her ultimate. Because, for Namor ult, you basically could not fade out of that because it blocks all movement. And for Mag ult, basically, if you didn't start in Cloak form, you most likely didn't have enough time to switch before the Magneto threw his bubble, the giant ball of metal at you. But now with your freeze, it doesn't even matter. This isn't a movement ability, and it just completely makes you immune to everything, so you don't take... It also cleanses, fun fact. For example, it cleanses Bucky ult, it cleanses Angela ult. Now, it won't cleanse something like Strange Ult, but you can use it to dodge Strange Ult really easily.
Get ready.
But if you're learning Cloak and Dagger, just know, ults like Jeff, Iron Man, and like Angela, you fade those. You freeze something like Magneto ult. Alright? You gotta learn that distinction between freeze and fade. Because fade is still very useful for saving your team. Alright, I don't feel like anyone is surprised to see Luna here. She is Guang. Well, I guess not Guang's. But she is the favorite child of Marvel Rivals, let's be honest. She got a new skin that wasn't on the roadmap, just completely random skin for her new album, like her song, I guess. I don't even know. Basically, Luna is very strong. If you have good aim, Luna's good. Adam team up and White Fox team up are both broken, because with Adam you get reduced cooldowns upon headshots. So, team up, and I use that, and you know, I get my cooldowns back faster when I have an Adam on my team, I think. And then for White Fox, you can just cleanse almost anything. I think the only thing you can't cleanse is like Hulk Grab and Jeff Swallow. But literally aside from like those two things, you CC, like, you can literally cleanse anything. Like, both of her teams are genuinely just so good, and I feel like this character needs to be nerfed, but I don't know if she'll get the nerfs that she needs, honestly. Like, they need to nerf her damage, I think, is the main thing. Honestly, if they nerf her damage, I'll be completely fine with Luna. Nerf her damage and make the cleanse something that's restricted only to the upgraded version of the team-up. That's what I think they should do. And finally, we have the Gambler, who can't seem to escape ban jail literally every season. Gambit, a lot more for his own teams this time, because last time I talked about how all the team-ups he enhanced, and this time I'm talking about the team-ups that he himself has. Because this bubble basically makes you undiveable to almost anything. Like, aside from, like, unless you have CC immunity, like, unless you, like, can't be pushed back, for example, Hulk in his ultimate, Emma Diamond form, Dino, and Thing, unless you're those characters, you literally can't get in within melee range, because he just bubbles himself, this heals, and it knocks back enemies. It's like, honestly, this team-up is definitely the stronger of the two. The Jubilee team-up, I honestly think, sucks a little unless you have a Jubilee. Then it enhances your dashes to make them better. But, like, God, the Mag team-up, I think, is just better because it just lets you survive on your own a lot easier. Like, honestly, Gambit, I don't think Gambit needed this bubble. Gambit's just always good. I think he's still, like, insane and broken and ban-worthy. I literally lorded him this season. Like, I've played Gambit since he came out, and I only was just able to lord him because he's always been in ban jail. Like, it's genuinely insane. I don't know if they're ever gonna get this guy out of ban jail, honestly. Finally, we have our best in role for supports, and I think this goes to Mantis hands down. Well, I guess not hands down. Gambit is number 2, is a very close second, but Mantis is definitely the best, because the only problem with old Mantis is the only thing she couldn't do was do as much healing as a lot of the others, but now she can heal so much. She genuinely heals so much. I've had games where I heal more than a Luna Snow on my team, or the enemy team. Like, she's actually so good. Her damage boost, just consistently doing that, she gives a speed boost with her damage boost, and if you're in triple support, you can just use the self-res to just get yourself another life, and you have a stun in one of the strongest stuns in the game that lasts basically as long as a Strange Ult. Mantis! I think this is the first season where Mantis is ban-worthy in normal ranked. She was always ban-worthy in pro play, But she's ban worthy in ranked this season. I believe that, especially if you have a Star-Lord or you're running triple support. Like, she's actually so good. Thank you all so much for giving me at least a fraction of your time today for watching this. And I hope you subscribe so I can keep doing this. Pretty please, I would like more subscribers. And I hope that, my lists have kind of been helping you at least a little bit to get like a grasp, because there's so much this season. I think a lot of people are still struggling with it. But I won't waste any more of your time. Thank you for watching. See you next time.